one of the last things I'm going to do before beginning to build the render tree is to control the particle size over the age. So if I look up the age compounds, I'll find a compound that allows me to modulate a value according to the age or age percentage. So I guess what I could do here, maybe there's even one that deals with size. There it is, that's the one I was looking for, modify particle size. Modify particle size essentially uses, if we actually explore this, it uses the particle age over time to set the size. So you can actually use some parameters such as age or age percentage. But in my case, this one will do the trick. I'll plug this one in, let's say, after my spin particle. Shouldn't really matter here. And at the moment, if I press play, nothing will happen because the particle size I'm modifying is fairly small. I really need to control the multiplier here. So if we keep in mind that my particle size that I've initially set is randomized between 2 and 7 XSI units. So I'm going to definitely have to come in here and make sure that my multiplier is at around 7. And I'll use age percentage here. And you can actually see that the particles are growing quite rapidly. So all I want to do is make sure that they start. So if I go to frame 2, I want the particles to start from a fairly small area. That's all I'm really looking at doing. If I just check the key properties here, make sure that's actually on frame 0. And now I can control that initial size at birth. So I like something like that. It actually works out pretty well. But I also want the size to increase fairly rapidly. So I can do something like that. There we go. So the particles really do start off fairly small and then ramp up. So if I try this, let's go with something like that. There we go. Maybe I'll just set the multiplier down a little bit as well. Alright, I think I've got that one looking pretty decent. So I think at this point it's time to move on into the render tree and really bring this effect to life. If you wanted to, just to make yourself feel better in an OpenGL view, you could go in and control the particle gradient, but it's often more worthwhile to spend your time in the render tree to get the effect looking correct. If you do want to go the route of the gradient, we'll add that in as a little bonus here before continuing on to the render tree. Some people, it is important to have a good visualization in OGL, so let's account for that.